my ducklings, this is Anthony Stallion Duck here, and today we're going to finish my updated KBO player rankings for June. And we'll start off with number 10, Casey Kelly of the LG Twins. So far this year, Kelly has had an up and down season. He's been getting more strikeouts, but at the same time, he's also been allowing more walks, which has been rather troubling. So has his earned run average, which is now in the mid-4s, compared to a 2.5 earned run average last year. Yeah. And at number 9, we have Kia Tigers right-handed starter Drew Gagnon, who has been electric this year. He's been getting a lot of strikeouts. He's been limiting walks. Pretty much been doing everything you could ask for from a pitcher. The only thing that he hasn't been doing is pitching deep into games. This year he hasn't even been averaging 6 innings a start, which is somewhat concerning. But his low earned run average, high strikeouts, low walks, not much to worry about really, and we should be expecting Gagnon to be getting more innings per start as the season progresses. At number 8, we have super slugger of the LG Twins, Roberto Ramos. Ramos was a prospect, a low-ranked prospect for the Colorado Rockies, who released him so that he could sign with the Twins this offseason. And so far, Ramos has a 1100 OPS with 13 home runs, which is tied for the league lead with Mel Rojas Jr. of the KT Wiz, who I'll mention later on in the episode. Yeah, Ramos has been doing pretty much a lot of everything. He's been hitting for average, hitting for power. He's been taking walks. He hasn't been striking out that much, surprisingly, because he was striking out 28% of the time in AAA last year. Now his strikeout rate is more in the low mid-20s, which has been fueling his success so far. And at number 7, we have Kia Tigers outfielder Preston Tucker. Tucker this year has 11 home runs already, which is more than he had all of last year in nearly 100 games. So yeah, Tucker's been raking this year. And in the next episode, we might see Tucker, Ramos, and Gagnon move up a spot. Each of them move up a spot. For number 6 on the list, Tyler Wilson of the LG Twins, who's been struggling to an extent this year. Or struggling compared to his previous norms. And because of his inflated earned run average compared to the last 2 years at near 4. Might be above 4, but anyway. But his strikeout to walk rates seem to be on par with what he normally does. So, not much to worry about there. At number 5, we have Kiwoom Heroes left-handed starter Eric Jokic. And Jokic has been a candidate for the KBO version of the Cy Young Award. He's been getting a very good amount of strikeouts. Not a strikeout in an inning, but he's really been limiting walks. And when you really limit walks compared to the amount of batters you're striking out, you're doing something right. And Jokic has a sub-2 ERA, which is crazy. The only pitcher I can think of with an sub 2 ERA, besides the only pitchers, I should say, that I can think of that might have a sub 2 ERA is Dan Straley of the Lotte Giants, and NC Dino's, now I guess you could call him an ace now, Chang-Moo Koo, who has an earned run average below 1. So yeah, Jokic is in pretty good company so far. And at number 4, we have Drew Rucinski. And Rucinski, even though he's been walking more batters this year, he's also been striking out a lot more batters, which more than makes up for the difference in his walk rate, while simultaneously lowering his earned run average, too. And if you didn't know already, Rucinski's been a big part of the NC Dino's success this year in getting to first place already. And to be honest, I wasn't expecting the NC Dinos to be in first place this year. But they've had some really good performances from their foreign hitters. And Chang-Moo Koo has taken his game to a new level. So it isn't that surprising anymore. At number 3, we have SK Wyvern slugger Jamie Romack. Yeah, because Romack wasn't doing so hot earlier. He wasn't doing so hot earlier in the year, but now he's got a 900 OPS. He's been getting a bunch of walks, and he hasn't been striking out a ton, while also hitting for some power. However, in the future, we might see Romack get back to number 1 on the list here, if he can start hitting for some even more power like he's done in the past. At number 2, we have Mel Rojas Jr. of the KT Wiz. Rojas, besides, I told you earlier, he has he's tied for the league lead in home runs with 13. And he's also been hitting really well. The one thing that I'm a little concerned with is his walk rate at the moment, which is rather low. But we can expect some regression that way and a higher walk rate, because he's tended to have a higher walk rate in his previous 3 seasons in the KBO now. Yeah. And last but not least, we have Doosan Bears DH first baseman Jose Miguel Fernandez, which I didn't think I'd be saying, but Fernandez has been really good this year. He's been hitting for more power than he did last year. He's walked more than he's struck out again this year so far. Anyways, that's it for the player rankings. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more. And as always, share this with your friends. And I will see you in the future. My ducklings, peace and chicken grease.